We are Guy and Alicia of the Cultured Hearts family. This week we made our way to New Orleans. We are really excited to be spending the next 6 weeks in New Orleans, just living and exploring. It's our first long-term destination, and so far I think we chose really well.
So one of the first things that we wanted to do whenever we got out here was to see the swamp. We had been to Florida swamps before, but we knew that this kind of swamp was going to be a little bit different around here. So we ended up going to our first national park as a family. How do you pronounce that again?
Jean Lafitte.
So we went to Jean Lafitte National Park, and it was actually really cool. They did a great job of keeping up on everything out there. One of the most surprising things to me was all these miniature palm trees that were everywhere.
I thought it was really interesting how there were certain spots that were full of water and had all the grass in the water and stuff, but then there were other spots that were just trees and kind of looked like more like woodlands, like dry lands. It was an interesting mix. Most of the time whenever we go to parks and nature trails and things like that, it's kind of all looks the same and it's kind of cohesive, but it was really interesting how many different aspects there were within the park.
Definitely cool. Why don't you check it out? There it is, yup. About all this. Yeah, I think you might be right.
What you got going on, Grayson?
Doing a race.
Doing a race with who?
Dad, I already did my part of the race.
Are you ready for this, Dad?
I don't know about it. Go.
3, go!
Where's he going? Where's he going? And great. Going. Oh, Dad, you're so cool. Go, Grayson, go.
This week, Grayson and I went on a kayak adventure through the swamp as part of his world schooling here. Grayson, why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
It was really fun. We had a little bit of trouble with the GoPro, but we were able to figure that out. We feel like we saw a great blue heron 5 times. Not a great blue heron, the great blue heron.
Yeah, we think we might have seen the same one. He just we followed him as we were floating down the river there. We also saw a couple different turtles, but we missed those on the GoPro, unfortunately. Tell us a little bit more about it. What were we looking for?
We were looking for bald eagles.
Why would we be looking for bald eagles in the swamp?
Because bald eagles like a tree called cypress tree, and there are a lot of cypress trees in there.
So unfortunately we didn't see any bald eagles while we were out there, and we also didn't see any alligators like we were looking for because it was a little bit cloudy outside. But all in all, I think we had a pretty good time.
If you go to the very end of the swamp and turn right, there is a path, but you can easily get stuck in all of the flowers. There are a bunch of them. I had to break apart my paddle and feel where we could go. See you next week and subscribe.